episode number 8.
Today we're gonna be talking about some comics,
Yes.
DC
Yes,
and
indeed.
Marvel.
Yeah. Maybe,
Maybe a little
maybe
some other stuff.
little dark horse.
A little Dark Horse in there.
A little bit of dark horse. Um.
I feel like you should lead this because you know the most likely.
Okay. Where do we want to start?
I don't know. What's your favorite
Marvel,
comic?
yeah, favorite Marvel superhero, I guess.
Marvel specifically. That is tough. I mean, I like Spider-Man as everyone does, but I don't know if he's my favorite because there's a lot of really. I don't. I have trouble looking at overall Marvel. I always break it down where I'm like the X-Men and the Avengers,
Wait, do
and
we want to just do Marvel or do we want to do DC too?
We could do
I
DC
thought
as
we were
well.
just doing comics.
Yeah, let's just do all.
Okay, so keep going.
Because like the X-Men, there are a bunch of X-Men that I really like. I really like Nightcrawler a lot. Um, I think he's really cool with
Mhm.
teleporting. I also like. I mean, it's always a little weird when I read Nightcrawler stuff because he's super religious and I don't fully connect with that as a person. But I find the religion aspect interesting because he looks like a demon, and that's always like the center of it.
Mm, of his character.
Yeah. Um, and like I like a lot of the characters who are like I don't want to say rejected by society, but like they are because they look different.
Mm.
Like I like Beast a lot too.
Hold on. Is it just me or does no one like Cyclops? I don't
I
like
don't
him.
like
Cyclops
Cyclops.
Cyclops is an asshole. Like
I
I
think
think
that's
his
just.
power is just stupid.
I
But no, he
like
has
the
a cool
lasers.
power.
I
That's
like the
pretty
lasers.
so
I don't like
stupid.
the
What do you
I
mean?
beams. I like
Yes.
Havoc.
Yeah,
I
I
like
like
Havoc
Havoc a
much
lot.
more
I
than
agree. I agree
Cyclops.
completely. I like the basis of his power. I don't like the I beams and that especially that he can't control it.
I remember
Yeah, that's why I
like
don't like him. He can't control it.
like I
Okay, he
remember
has super powerful eye beams, but he can't he has to wear special glasses to
well wait
control
no
it.
then they retconned it. Do you know what they retconned it to, Christian?
No.
No,
He doesn't produce the lasers. His eyes act as portals to a dimension of pure energy. So when he opens his eyes, like that's what happens.
I don't like that.
And no, it's really stupid. It's
like
like what they
stupid.
try to do is they did this a lot a couple of years ago, where Marvel tried to explain why superpowers worked instead of just saying this is what happens. Like they did it to Mr. Fantastic too, because Mr. Fantastic he stretches, right?
Yeah.
That's his power. And then at some point they were like, no, 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 no. He can warp the space around his body to make it look like he's stretching, but he's really not. And everyone was like, no, he stretches. Mr. Fantastic is stretchy.
That's
That's what he does.
that's over the top. Oh my god,
Yeah, I know.
that's so shit.
It's not
um,
great.
There's a lot of
all
bad
right.
retcons.
Um. Oh, you mean like the
Hate
one where
retcons. There's so
Nightwing
many
is
of them.
What's
like
up?
like the storyline where they reveal that Nightwing is actually the heir to like a centuries long line of assassins in Gotham City.
I didn't know they did that. That's
Yep, the
not
Court of
cool.
Owls. It was kind of
Wait.
cool.
It was the Court of Owls. Okay, that's what I
It
was
was the Court
thinking.
of Owls.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What were you saying, Christian?
I was just saying how retconning shit is just stupid, and I hate it.
Sometimes it works.
Yeah. Sometimes it's
Some
necessary just to keep things fresh, but
sometimes it's
I feel
necessary.
like
Sometimes
most
it
of the
works.
time it's just pulled out of the ass.
Like um,
yeah,
I'm
I
trying to
could
think of an
agree to that.
example. Sometimes, yeah, I I'm trying to think of like an origin story that I know they changed. Um, that I can think of off the top of my head. Like, um, I don't know. This is just gonna be me making thinking noises, so I'm gonna drop that. But like, I don't know. Here I got one. So like, originally, I can think. Here's a good retcon. Originally, Green Lantern rings didn't work on things that were yellow, right?
Hmm.
Just didn't work in like the 70s, and I think maybe a little bit into the 80s and earlier. If
Just
you had
didn't
it,
work at
and
all.
just didn't work at all. And I'm not talking about like the old school Green Lantern with the cape and the collar who like shot the fire out of his ring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about like Hal Jordan, John Stewart, the Green Lantern Corps.
Yikes.
Their rings did not work on things that were yellow. And there was a reason that they revealed for that, which would be complicated to explain. But the retcon was that they made it where Hal Jordan was just like, what? Hal Jordan just refused to accept that. Like every other Green Lantern was like, what are you gonna do? It doesn't work on things that are yellow.
So
But the rec,
it ended up being
but
the willpower.
sort of.
Okay.
The
Okay.
retcon then became that they do work on things that are yellow, but like rookie lanterns can't do it.
Hmm.
Like you have to it's like you have to get used to the powering, and they show a scene where like Hal Jordan's in training and everyone's telling him dodge the yellow thing, and he's like, it's just a color.
Mm.
And eventually he pulls it off. That's a retcon that I like because I always thought the yellow thing was stupid.
Yeah, that sounds really stupid. Yo,
Like
Christian,
they're
even though I know the answer to this question, what's your favorite Marvel superhero?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Spider-Man's just great. Like, I don't
Spider-Man is
know.
great.
In like every arc that he has, he's always just brought like to like the lowest I can't put this into words. Like he's always like beaten down. Everyone's like hating on him, and he's like, nope, I'm still a good guy, and I'm gonna fix everything, even if everyone hates me and all that. You know what I mean? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what my favorite Spider-Man scene is, and I think I've
What?
told you guys this before, but I want to say it again for the sake of the podcast.
What's up?
There's this there's a comic where I think he's like stopping a bank robbery or some similar scenario, and the guy has a hostage, right? He's holding this girl hostage,
Mm-hmm.
and Spider-Man just kind of sticks his hands out and just kind of holds his hands there, and he doesn't do anything. And the guy's like, "What are you doing?" And Spider-Man looks at him and says, "I'm summoning the spiders." Or no, he goes, "I'm summoning them."
Oh,
He says,
oh
he
yeah,
goes,
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah,
goes,
yeah.
"I'm summoning them." And the guy goes, "Summoning who?" And he goes, "The spiders. They'll come because I'm Spider-Man." And the guy like freaks out and lets the girl go. And obviously, Spider-Man cannot summon spiders, but um
It worked.
yeah. I also like when they reveal that he pulls his punches all the time because Doc Ock takes over his body and Doc Ock doesn't know how strong he is and he punches Scorpion's jaw off because he doesn't hold back. Um,
Oh yeah, that's what's a Superior Spider-Man?
Superior Spider-Man, yeah.
Superior
Um,
Spider-Man is cool and all, but like regular Peter Parker's the man.
I like
Superior
Peter Parker. I like
Spider-Man
Miles
is
Morales
really
a lot too.
poggers.
What did you just say, Sebastian?
Superior Spider-Man's really poggers.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Superior Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and I was gonna
No.
be like, "You're an
Well,
idiot. You're not
Well,
wrong." But
well,
like,
yes,
technically,
but
yeah.
technically no.
yeah.
Um,
My favorite
I
Marvel
also
superhero is
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold
okay,
up. Shut
okay,
up.
okay, okay.
My favorite like scene in the comics of Spider-Man is when he's covered by all that rubble. I forgot what happened, but he was covered in a bunch of rubble, and like he physically couldn't do it, but he like somehow ended up doing it because of like I don't remember why, but he did it. He did it. And it was just fucking awesome because it's like,
oh, I
oh,
Good
just
fucking
talk,
explanation of
Spider-Man.
the scene.
speaking of
He did
Spider-Man, I
it
just
when he
remembered
was
another
under the rubble.
terrible, stupid retcon.
He did it.
What?
He did it, Christian. He did it
There's a
when he was under the
terrible
rubble.
Spider-Man retcon where they introduced this thing called the Web of Life,
Oh,
where like he meets someone else
oh
who has
no.
spider powers, and he
Oh
finds out
no.
that like the reason he got spider powers is not because the spider was radioactive, but it was because the spider chose to like connect him to the Web of Life when it bit him for some reason, but also it was radioactive, so like his blood is still radioactive, but that's not why he has spider powers.
So what the
And it
hell
was
is the
just
point of it being radioactive?
because they couldn't just say the spider wasn't radioactive at all without completely redoing his origin story, and they didn't want to do that again. So,
Gotcha.
um, yeah, the Web of Life.
Hmm.
Um,
Christian, can we
I'm
go
still.
more in detail about your scene? I'm still confused. You just said he was under the rubble and then he did it.
I think I understand what he was saying. I think he was saying
Adam,
that like
I think you know the scene I'm talking about.
But what
I
Everyone
did he
don't.
talks
do? You
about
just
it.
said he did it.
I think he like found like he was exhausted and he somehow still managed to like get the rubble off him.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay. Hi, Alex.
Hi, I came in to hear Rubble.
Yeah, we're
You're
talking about comics.
yeah.
Uh,
What's your favorite Marvel superhero, Alex?
uh, Catwoman.
I'll take it. Um, we're gonna say he meant Black Cat and keep moving.
Yeah.
Nope, I meant
Because
Catwoman.
Alex, they're exactly the same. Um,
Oh, I only said Catwoman because I know she's not Marvel.
Black Cat and
Thank you
Catwoman
for
are
being an
basically the same.
asshole.
It's the same like agile thief nonsense. So
Oh,
you might as well have said Black Cat.
I don't know if I could choose one, man. I really love Wolverine, and he was like my favorite growing up. But now I like Deadpool. I like Ghost Rider a lot. It's hard, man.
Ghost Rider is fucking awesome. Love
Isn't he,
that.
dude? He's sick.
I really like Iron Fist, not the show,
Nah, dude,
but
Iron Fist is lame.
Iron Fist. Um, I'm trying to think of. I mean, I also really like the Silver Surfer. I really like the Silver Surfer.
I liked it when
Um,
Silver Surfer got eaten by zombies.
I
Power
liked
Cosmic.
it when Silver Surfer did that one thing.
When he surfed.
Yeah, when he surfed
When
the silver, that was so cool.
yeah, when he had a silver surfboard. Um, yeah, I mean, I also because Silver Surfer also shows up in Planet Hulk, and it's really cool when he pops out, and they're like, okay, he's here now. Um, I also just love Planet Hulk. I'm so sad. As much as I love Thor Ragnarok, I'm so sad that because they did that, we will never get a Planet Hulk movie. Because
Not necessarily. They could just throw him in space again.
yeah,
True.
but like he'd have to end up back on Sakaar as a gladiator again. Like because I don't know if you guys know the story of Spartacus, but that's all Planet Hulk is just Spartacus, but with the Hulk instead of a normal dude.
Yeah, Spartacus, like kissing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What about DC? Well, actually, let me propose this question. What, in your opinion, is superior, Marvel or DC?
Comics, I like DC.
Well,
Comics, you like DC?
Yes.
I can agree with that. But the movie is definitely
Yes.
Marvel.
Yeah, I agree with that as
But
well.
the comics, I like DC a lot.
Who's
I
your
don't know.
favorite?
Well, I also like the heroes of Marvel more, but the comics are more well put together in DC.
The DC villains are great.
Oh my God,
You know what?
Joker,
You know
Bane.
what? You know what bothers me with a lot of Marvel characters, and I know that it kind of became a running gag, and like Stan Lee did it very much on purpose with the
Mhm.
ones that he created. I get sick of all the alliteration sometimes.
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker, Bruce Banner. Uh, I know there's more. I just can't think of Reed
Come on,
Richards,
come on, come
Susan
on.
Reed Richards, Susan Storm, Victor Von Doom, um,
All right,
What a
J
that's
J
coincidental name.
J Jonah Jameson.
JJJ.
Um, yeah.
There he
Matt,
is.
Oh,
Hey.
Matt, we're talking about comics.
Okay.
We changed the topic because we didn't think you were gonna make it.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I haven't checked the chat since yesterday, so I
oh,
thought we were
so
still
you
doing
guys
it at
weren't
5:30.
just
No.
stalling until we got here. You guys would just change the topic.
Yeah.
Should we just change the topic back? No,
I
don't really
that'll be
care.
horrible. That
That'd
would
be
be
very
horrible.
strange.
Why?
I will also say, I like with DC characters how they'll have titles like they'll call Superman the Man of Steel, Batman's the Dark Knight, whatever. But like Marvel characters, they'll shift through like I don't even know how many different like adjectives that come before their name. Like
Mhm.
Spider-Man alone has been amazing, superior, spectacular. We'll put friendly neighborhood in there because why the hell not? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like some of them don't change. Like the Hulk has always been the Incredible Hulk, and that will never. I don't see that ever
Maybe
really
the
changing.
foggiest Hulk.
I mean, the X-Men too have been uncanny, amazing, incredible. Like,
Wait, are we already streaming?
Yeah.
yes,
Oh shit.
We're 15 minutes in.
um,
Whoops.
It's okay.
but yeah, as far as like my favorite DC character, I can do that a lot easier because I really like Nightwing a lot
Nightwing's a
because
never mind.
Nightwing is like because I like Batman, but I don't like Batman in a way because
Easy favorite DC character. Easy, simple, easy. Joker.
Yeah, Joker.
Society.
Yeah, I would have checked the chat sooner, but I was picking up my books from DCC, so I was like 45 minutes away.
Hidden
Uh,
JK.
Yeah.
I don't know.
because
Wait,
Nightwing, I
Joker
like
or
Nightwing's
Bane?
like Bane. I like Bane a lot. As far as villains go, Bane is up there.
Bane's sick. I love his origin story.
Um, there's also comic book Jeff Bezos.
Lex Luthor.
Yep.
Oh, alliteration, huh? Gotcha.
I didn't say they didn't do it. I just said Marvel does it a lot. Also, his name is Alexander.
So is Alexander's.
Actually, the Luthor family is like the real bad alliteration thing because his sister's name is Lena. But
And his mom's name is Loser. Got her.
Oh!
Oh. Hmm.
But I like Nightwing's like sort of he compares himself to Robin Hood a lot, and I like the sort of like
Robin.
more upbeat version of Batman because Batman's just kind of like everything sucks.
But I like that.
I mean, Batman do we having a point though?
Batman.
That's why I like Red. That's why I like Red Hood so much.
I like all the Robins. Tim Drake, I could go either way on. But
Tim Drake is kind of not awesome.
Tim Drake,
Didn't
I
he,
like.
what's his name? Red something?
Well,
Red
he was Red Robin for a little while.
Yeah, Red Robin. I
then
was
he
gonna say that, but that sounded like weird because that's a restaurant.
And then
Wait,
he
no, Jason
stopped.
Todd was Red Hood, right?
Yeah, that's Jason
Yes.
Todd.
And then Tim Drake stopped being Red Robin and became just Drake because that is also a kind of bird.
Drake.
And,
Drake. I didn't know he was a rapper.
Josh.
Shut up.
No, but like
Alex.
the thing that always bugs me about Tim
Drake,
Drake is the
stop
way
it.
he became Robin is just like. So like each of the Robins represents a different like facet of Batman, right? And Tim Drake is supposed to be the smart one. He's supposed to be the brain, right? And like Batman's detective skills. But he
Damien's
became
supposed to be him because it's his son.
no, Damien's the ruthlessness.
Wouldn't that be Jason?
Well, it's sort of both. Damien is sort of like what Ra's al Ghul wanted Batman to be, and that's kind of the whole point.
Oh, okay.
No, Jason is more like the anger and like the like that. Jason is more like the anger and the frustration.
What did you just say, Alex?
Born, because I said Jason.
Oh.
Born.
But Tim Drake became Robin because he figured out who Batman was. But the way he figured it out was because he was a big fan of the Flying Graysons, and he saw a video of Batman and Robin when Dick Grayson was still Robin. Saw Robin do a very specific special flip that only the Flying Graysons could do, and was like, "Wait, he must be Dick Grayson, which means Bruce Wayne is Batman." And it's like,
I mean, there are so many other ways you could figure that out.
Hold up.
Shut up. Oh, I don't mean to get off topic because I know we're talking about comics, but I tried a Bang energy drink today.
They're pretty tasty.
They're really good.
They are pretty tasty, but I was reading a lot of the labels and shit, man. That shit is like scary.
Why, man? Just get a little creatine in your system, buddy?
No, but it's not even creatine, dude. They say it's creatine, but it's creatine, which is literally a useless compound for your body.
Creatine.
Yeah.
I will also say that
All right,
like
so
Superman.
who remembers when Joker ripped his own face off?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they call it super creatine, and super creatine isn't a thing, so.
Super creatine.
Not gonna acknowledge that.
What?
No
that he ripped his face off?
We
We know he
acknowledged
ripped
it.
his face off. And do you remember that time where his apparent daughter, who actually wasn't his daughter, put his face on her own face?
I can't remember if that was Death in the Family or Death of the Family. I think it was Death of
Death
the
of the
Family.
Death
Family.
of the Family.
Yes, right, because Death in the Family is when he kills Jason.
Hmm.
Yeah. I also like Superman. I know a lot of people don't,
I
but
don't.
I like
hate
Superman.
Superman.
I
I think
think
Superman's overrated.
Yeah, me
I
too.
think the way he is
How do you like
presents
Superman?
writing challenges because because it started off as he started off as a character who they're just like, oh, he's just gonna fix the problem because he's Superman and whatever he needs to do, he's gonna do it because he can. But recently, it's become most of the problems that Superman faces revolve around his inability to be everywhere at once, and how he can't, like, he just, as powerful as he is,
Just use
and he's
Guys,
not
we have
even,
we
and
have a
he's
guest speaker right now.
and he's not even
Who's the
the
guest
most powerful
speaker?
member of the Justice League. But
Who's the guest
Guys,
speaker?
It's Nate. He wanted to join in our conversation about how we're talking about physics right now. He
Physics.
wanted,
Wait,
yeah, we're
wait.
talking about physics. Yeah, 100%. You fucking liars.
He looks like
What? What?
what?
I just wanted to get him in here. So we got Nate here. We're talking about comic books.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So say hi, Nate.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Nate?
Hi, Nate.
For all 2 of our viewers at home, Nate
No, we
is
got
one of my
6.
We got 6 right now.
Yeah.
And we only started what 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
15.
So
20,
for
yeah.
those who don't know, Nate is one of my triplet brothers, and he smells like beef.
Straight up.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
just wanted to bring him in here. So
It's
sorry,
okay.
I missed the last like 2 minutes of conversation. So what were you guys talking about?
I
I
don't
was explaining why I
remember
like
now.
Superman.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Um, I was also like to preface that he's not even the most powerful member of the Justice League. But
Oh
that's
yeah. Well,
that's the point.
Superman is overrated, and that's why I don't
Because-
like him.
Who is the most powerful member of the Justice League?
Martian Manhunter.
Oh, for sure.
He has all of Superman's powers, and he can read minds, and he's telekinetic, and he can turn invisible, and he can pass through things, and he can shapeshift. Like,
But his weakness
Yeah.
is fire. That's so easily accessible.
okay,
Yeah.
so get some
Yeah.
water. Like, get some water. It's not like,
Yeah,
kryptonite.
that's true.
Kryptonite, there is no way for him to solve that problem. If there is kryptonite in front of him, he has to leave because he can't stop it. Like,
Martian Manhunter could blow out the fire too.
he could also do
Yeah.
that with his super breath.
Yeah,
Nate, who is your favorite superhero, Nate?
that's a really hard question. DC or Marvel?
DC
Danny.
and Marvel. Do both.
Okay.
Mersad's just here for Nate. I'm reading
DC,
the chat.
DC is probably Flash.
Flash
Fair
is
enough.
good.
And
Flash
then,
is good.
Marvel, it's got to be Iron Man, bro.
Iron Man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Just because Robert Downey Jr. was an incredible Tony Stark and Iron Man,
Yeah.
and
He made the character popular.
every
He did,
every time I've seen Infinity War, I have cried at the end, and
You
I've
mean
watched Endgame.
Everywhere you look, you see his face.
Yeah, it's sad. I am Spider-Man,
Yeah,
and he was my mentor.
of course.
I like how Robert Downey Jr. is kind of just real life Iron Man now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say also something I think is really interesting is they gave Superman a son who has a power that he doesn't have, but it doesn't make him broken really
What is it?
because it's they showed in the comics that when he flies, so they explain that they can fly because they can generate like anti-gravity fields around their bodies,
Yep.
Mhm.
and that's what lets them fly. John Kent can extend that so he can carry other people with him without physically carrying them. So he
Gotcha.
can essentially give other people the power to fly with him.
Yeah, that's not
They
that
can't-
broken. That's pretty cool.
They can't move on their own, but they fly as he flies.
I love all those memes about how like all the Justice League, like if there's like something they need to go to, they all like fly there or run there really fast, and then Batman's just like driving.
Driving. I will say my single biggest complaint about the Justice League movie is they broke Superman even more
How?
because he's not supposed to be as fast as the Flash. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not. There's even a scene. There's a comic called Flash Rebirth where Barry's like running away because he realizes that he's like generating negative energy or something, and he's killing people around him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to run away, and Superman's trying to stop him so he can help him. And he's like, "I've raced you before, Barry. I even won a couple times." And Barry looks at him and says, "Those were for charity, Clark," and just like takes off,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
Superman can't catch him.
There,
But
there is a way to explain there, because in the Justice League movie, the Flash has only been the Flash for like what, a couple months, a year, maybe.
I think so. But like,
Yeah.
So you could say he's just not.
but also like the
Yeah.
fact that he's so much stronger than all of them,
Yeah.
because he's been nerfed in the comics many times, but like
Remember?
he's so much stronger. Like, okay, when he like grabs Wonder Woman's lasso and he wraps it around his arm, and he's like, "Fine," that shouldn't happen. It's magic. Like,
Yeah. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Vulnerable
he's
to
prone to
magic,
magic attacks. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch that movie, man. It looked too bad.
It was
You're sexist.
the only reason I liked that movie was because of the Flash.
Wait. Why am I sexist, Alex?
You didn't like the Wonder Woman movie.
We're talking about
we're
Justice
talking about
League.
Justice League. I watched the Wonder Woman
Oh
movie.
shit.
I actually kind of liked Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
think-
bad.
Kind of like Wonder
I
Woman.
liked Wonder Woman except for the end. Like
Yeah, the end was not good.
Lines that she had.
Literally, well, there was that, but also the last like 10 minutes was just Captain America, not Winter Soldier, was just the first Avenger, but with Wonder
Yeah.
Woman.
Also, I think the Ares twist was super obvious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You were obvious.
Usually,
Alex.
Oh my god.
I have nothing to contribute to this topic.
That's all the
That's
time
all
we
I
have.
have.
Well, this
Well,
topic
we
was
had
supposed to
someone
be
say
something that
Batman.
you could contribute to, but you were too busy playing Payday.
Yeah.
I'm
Batman-
sorry that I got wrapped
Boy.
up in a heist that I didn't think was going to take as long as it did.
So how about that
Um,
airplane food?
what's the deal with that?
Shut the hell up.
Wait. I'm interested. You said you wanted to talk about Dark Horse comics earlier, Adam. Which Dark Horse comic are you talking about?
Shit.
That
Was
one.
was the Wicked and the Divine Dark Horse? I think it was.
Was Watchmen Dark Horse before they got incorporated into DC?
I think so. No, actually, I think Wicked and the Divine is just its own thing. I think Watchmen. No, Watchmen was something else. I don't remember what it was. There were a bunch of DC characters that the Watchmen were supposed to be, but then they couldn't. The guy who created the Watchmen couldn't get the rights to use those characters. So like, Night Owl is supposed to be Batman.
Yeah,
Rorschach is supposed to be the Question. If any of you guys know who the Question is.
I do not know
Yeah.
what the question is.
Dr. Manhattan is supposed to be Captain Atom. Like stuff like that. One of them, or no, was Night Owl supposed to be Blue Beetle? It might have been Blue Beetle, and not Batman. It's very obviously close to Batman, but I think it might have
I
actually
thought
been
it was
supposed to be.
Batman.
Well, the original Blue Beetle was like Batman because he was a guy who didn't have any powers, and he like
Was it
fought with
Beetle
gadgets.
and Blue?
And he had like gadgets, and then the new one has like the alien tech that morphs his arms into stuff.
That's sick though. I love that.
It is cool that he just wasn't around yet
Yeah.
when they were making Watchmen originally. Yeah, Jaime Reyes, dude. I will say I like what Young Justice did with the Connor Kent version of Superboy because they did not give him full Kryptonian powers. Which in the comics he's still half human because he's a clone, and they didn't have like a complete strand of DNA for him. But he
Mhm.
still has all his powers. In Young Justice, he can't fly. He doesn't have heat vision. Yeah, I mean, and then in the comics, they really messed. They did something I absolutely hate when they did. I don't remember if it was the New 52 or Rebirth, but there was some DC universe restart where they decided that none of his Kryptonian powers were real.
What do you mean
And
real?
I mean, his only power was telekinesis, but he could use telekinesis to mimic all of the powers he would get for being a
Oh.
Kryptonian. So he could make like a force field around himself. He could pick himself up and fly. He could make it
Gotcha.
look like he had super strength, like stuff like that.
Mm.
And I mean, he was always telekinetic. He had a thing called tactile telekinesis, which meant he could control something telekinetically as long as he was touching it,
Mm.
which I thought was kind of an interesting concept. Um,
I have an interesting question for everyone. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
one,
One. Only one.
Does it matter what universe this
Oh.
character's powers come from?
Yo, you can make it up, man.
Invulnerability, because then I literally cannot get hurt no matter what I do. Because, like, the only reason Superman is so strong physically is because he can't, like, he has super strength, but what makes him stronger than other characters with super strength is that he can't damage his body by, like, trying to do too much
Mm,
because he's invulnerable. So, like, they said at some point that, like, Aquaman is just as strong as Superman. He can just hurt himself if he does too much.
gotcha.
So, like, invulnerability probably for me. And then also I could just do crazy shit and be like, look at me,
Like
I'm
what?
fine. I don't know. What are
Like
some of the
jump
things?
off
What are
a
the
bridge.
what are some of the things he does in Groundhog Day because he knows that he's not actually gonna die?
Like jump off a bridge.
He drives his car into a quarry, jump off a bridge. Like, I can't be hurt. I'm invulnerable. What are you gonna do to me? Like,
I would say organic web slinging.
You really
just
like Spider-Man that much, huh?
but that would just be the web slinging though.
Yeah, and
You wouldn't
Well-
have anything to stop yourself from passing out while swinging because all the blood would be rushing to your legs.
That, and also the web swinging only really works because of the spider sense, because he doesn't look.
Wait, let me ask you guys an opinion on this question. Should it
Wait,
be?
wait.
Wait, no. You can still answer. It's just for my own answer.
Alright.
Is this only comic comic inspired, or could this branch out to other like sources of media like anime or in manga?
I don't care. Do whatever you want.
Mine would probably be Genjutsu. Being
I
able to
win.
like hypnotize somebody by looking at them is pretty cool.
You know what else?
Listen,
Oh, go
I
ahead,
have the
Matt.
best one.
Okay.
Go
The
ahead.
powers of every man from The Simpsons, whose powers are he gains the superpowers of any comic book he touches.
Okay. What
I
if I
can-
cut your hands off
I-
before you
I
touch
can-
any comics?
Didn't specify it had to be with his hands.
Yeah, he
True.
just said touches.
Just take
Touch
his
him with his
skin. Take
elbow.
off his skin.
So, you were talking about like anime and manga powers. You know what? You know what has always seemed cool to me, Sebastian? You know, Derriere from the Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, the butt.
Remind me.
Her power is that every time when she lands consecutive hits, every
Oh,
consecutive
combo.
punch has
Yes.
yeah, every consecutive punch has an extra like 200,000 pounds of force.
Yeah.
So like, but I was thinking about that, and I was like, you don't even really need to like punch. You just walk up and tap something twice, and it gets blown away from you. Because
Yeah.
200,000 is a lot.
well,
So
if we're doing some like anime and stuff, then I would have like Escanor's shit.
Oh
Sunshine?
yeah. Well, no, you could just do sunshine, but instead of sunshine, it's all the time.
well, here's my problem with Sunshine. Right, Escanor can't be around people sometimes because he literally radiates
Oh yeah.
too much heat.
He burns. Well, actually, never mind. I don't want to spoil. But
Like, because that was the whole thing when he was fighting Esterosa. He had to leave. He was melting their armor
yeah.
behind him because he was giving off so much heat.
Actually, if I could choose any work of fiction, I want the Omnitrix. Alien X, dude. You can't beat that.
Could he beat Goku? Well, he can turn into a Saiyan. So,
Not a skilled Saiyan though. It's not like he has experience.
well, I think at some point it's just like whatever whoever's DNA it is. So theoretically, he could turn into Goku if he.
Yeah, but he wouldn't know what he could do because they've shown how he like needs to figure out what his powers do when he
Yeah.
turns into an alien for the first time.
Yeah, but Goku would stop and be like, "Whoa."
That's
Anyway, my go-to answer is always I always think about invisibility, but the problem with invisibility is I wouldn't want invisibility unless I could also be intangible.
Oh, so you could like what's her name? Fuck. From X-Men, the one person who could
Shadowcat.
Shadowcat who could go
Shadowcat.
through the walls, yeah.
Yeah, and even actually intangibility on its own is pretty cool as
Yeah.
long as it's just like
As long as you can control it.
as long as it's not Mirio intangibility where he's like I can't breathe or see or smell or feel
and he pops out of the ground or the walls.
because everything passes through. That is cool though. I
Mhm.
do like the idea that if you're in the wall and you turn solid, it just pushes you out instead of killing you.
Yeah,
'Cause
instantly. Alex,
that's why
Alex, I want to know what your power is.
what his power is.
What is
Alex is indestructible.
Alex, what is
Alex-
your
Alex is-
power?
Alex
What
is-
power do you have now?
Alex's real life superpower is that he's indestructible. Like,
Early onset diabetes.
oh,
Yeah, that's the one.
oh my God, wasn't that a
was
thing in the South Park game?
Was it?
Are you Captain Diabetes?
I do not remember that.
I'm Captain
Oh.
Diabetes.
You don't remember that, Matt? He like drinks apple juice and the sugar turns him into the Hulk.
Yes.
What?
Scott
Yeah.
Malkinson.
Scott
Not
Malkinson.
at all.
I had diabetes.
And he like rips a lamppost out of the ground.
Diabetes.
All right, Alex, what power would you want?
From what?
What power would you want if you could have a power? Good answer.
Oh, wait.
Is that our first epic silence in 8 episodes since like the first episode?
Yeah.
We'll come back to you because I'm still spitballing because there are so many that'd be cool.
Fat gum would be cool.
Fat Gum would be great because you wouldn't have to go to the gym ever. You just like he can like absorb kinetic energy when things hit his fat, and then he can like convert it into power. But when he converts it, he loses all the fat on his body and becomes like jacked.
My little brother actually had a really good answer to this question because we were talking about this a couple days ago. Jake said he would want the ability to have infinite knowledge.
Thanks for the follow. Ask me who Joe is, baby.
What? What?
Someone
who
followed
Joe
name
is,
ask me who Joe is, baby. Who's Joe?
Yeah, who is Joe, baby?
Who is Joe Baby? Infinite knowledge.
Hey,
See,
baby.
Well, let me explain. Because then Jake's reasoning was you could ask yourself any question and immediately have the answer. Like,
now let me clarify something. Are we saying like you have the capacity to learn anything really fast, or is it like you know everything?
I think it was kind of like a mix of both because I didn't get into huge detail with him. He just kind of said it, and then his explanation was like, because think about it, you could ask yourself, how can I make the ability for a human to fly a possibility? And then you can just fucking do it.
Unless it's not possible. Like,
well, but then you can ask yourself, how do I make it possible?
But also, here's the other thing. If it's just you know everything, that's a whole that has a whole separate set of issues because like I don't know. I just every time there's a character with like who's like really really smart like that, there's always some sort of issue with like you know
No.
but
I don't know, Adam.
I'm trying to think of an example that you guys would know because like I'm thinking of this guy named Hector Hammond, but I don't think.
Oh, alliteration. Is he a Marvel character?
No, he's not. But
a poopy character.
He's like the most D-list of Green Lantern villains. So,
wasn't he in the movie?
He was in the movie.
Oh, so he's a big head boy.
Big head boy.
Yeah, I was like, Hector Hammond. That sounds so.
I think DC villains do the alliteration more. Than, I mean, Clark Kent is technically alliterative, but like.
But it's different letters, yeah.
And it's not like his name is Clark Kent. Like if his name was Clark Kent, I'd be like, okay.
Clark Kent.
Oh, Lois Lane. All right, so there are some, but like Marvel, there's so many.
Guys, I want to see a mix of Barry Allen and Tim Drake called Tim Allen. And I want his fucking powers to be home improvement.
He can improve your house.
Yeah. All right, so what's your superhero name? Tim Allen?
His superhero name is just his real name.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because there's so many like Colossus's power would be really cool, the turning into metal thing. Or actually, extension of that, you know what I think is really cool? You remember Kevin Levin?
Yeah.
How he could like touch something and then like turn into it.
Yeah, except for when he became like a freaking freakazoid because.
Yeah, but then Yeah, but then he could turn like his fists into hammers, and that was dope.
That was pretty cool.
And then if that happens, all you have to do is touch a person.
Yeah, you know what? I think I remember seeing that and being like, "Yo, just go touch somebody.
Go touch somebody.
Just go do it."
I also think I will say that I have been watching Avatar recently. And I don't necessarily think I would want to be the Avatar, but I would definitely want to be an airbender.
Oh, they.
Airbending. is pretty
I'm back.
sick.
They said something in chat. They said, "Ask me who Joe is."
Yeah, and Alex said, "Who is Joe?" But yeah, I mean,
Guys, we have
'cause-
8 viewers.
because airbending is the best, I think, of all the elements because there's so much you can do with it even in that show. Like,
I don't know, man.
um,
Water bending's pretty insane in that show. Like blood bending.
yes, but the blood bending, for the most part, most people can only blood bend during a full moon. There's like the 3 guys who can do it anytime,
Water bending's pretty sick either way.
but everyone else, yeah, but like, I want to be able to jump to the roof of my house.
You can jump with water.
I'm
Jumping,
No.
jump with,
filling
you
yourself
can
with water.
you can jump with Bofa.
Joe boyfriend.
boyfriend.
What?
That's what the chat said.
I have to actually
I
I
was-
have to watch on my phone to look at the chat.
I was having this argument with my sister because she really likes earthbending, and I was talking. My example in that argument was jumping up the stairs in my house, and my sister was like, "You could use earthbending to like catapult yourself up there," and I was like, "Yeah, but then you destroy the
Causes
floor.
damage to the home.
Yeah, you destroy the floor. Whereas with airbending, you just jump. Like,
Yeah, what I was saying before is you could water bend with Bofa. You could jump with Bofa.
you could.
Wait, hold on,
Both
hold
of
on,
what?
hold on, hold on.
Bofa these nuts.
Hold on, hold on. If you, what do you mean you'll destroy the floor? You just put it back. You mean
But it's not made of rock. The floor of my house is not made of rock.
what?
If
I'm
you
sorry.
earthbend, you can't.
The floor in his house is not made of stone, right?
Okay.
That's the main
Also, if you catapult yourself, you have to take into account.
stone.
If you catapult yourself, you have to take into account the angle of what you're.
Yeah,
How
you have to like
yeah.
calculate, and it's like,
You just jump and like. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
yeah, and if it's airbending, I can just jump. And even with airbending, because Aang does this, even if I jump too far, I
Jumping
can
to
just
the roof
jump
of your
off the
house.
wall.
I thought we were talking about jumping to the roof of the house, not
I
inside
didn't change the
the house.
Well,
stairs.
then I started talking about the argument I was having with my sister about airbending versus earthbending. If you're outside, yes, you could totally do that. However, there's no way for you to break your fall.
I don't know.
Like,
I still think water bending's the best because you could do that with water bending too. You can just
Yeah.
if you
propel
have
yourself
enough
with
water, if you have enough water around, yeah. Airbending, you could just do it whenever.
just carry water with you.
Case of water.
But you would need a ton of water to launch a human body?
No.
I don't think it's a matter of how much water you have. I think it's a matter of the pressure of the water.
I mean, you see the amount of water the waterbenders use in Avatar? It's like 4 feet long. That's at least a case of water.
A case, a case.
Well, I mean, Katara carries around that little like, it's not a bottle, but like that little thing of
The
water.
water skin.
It's
But
a
the
little
water skin?
with a
But,
little
like-
bit of water as she slaps people around with that water.
She slaps people with that water. That's why every time they're in a big fight, Sokka's like, "Hey, look, there's a river. Let's get them over here." So like, and I mean the ice. I like the turning to ice part of it, but like, you don't need to worry about having airbending and firebending are the 2 elements where you can like you don't need to worry about having it around you because firebending they generate it and airbending it's air. So unless you're suffocating, you know.
You know, don't be suffocating, bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you just do what Aang. I think there's a point where Aang holds his breath for a really long time because he's airbending. I don't know. Run around super fast. Get myself a wingsuit and fly.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, but think about hunting. Like think about like actual
Hunting?
actual uses. You could go to the ocean, just make all the water go away. You know how many fish you can have, dude?
All of them.
How
Um,
often do you go to the ocean and go fishing for food?
All the time.
Not often, but like there's practical uses.
All the time I do.
Yeah,
Okay,
Practical
okay,
uses there are
with
to
okay,
airbending.
when you're
you would
airbending,
be
right?
able to make a lot of money from doing that,
I
Sebastian.
know,
There,
right?
there is a thing. There's a thing you can do with airbending because they've done it before, where you make yourself run like really fast with airbending, right? I'll just outrun the deer. Like I don't
Okay, how are
care.
you gonna kill it?
How you gonna kill it? Yeah.
I'll
I
suffocate
won't
it.
get into the air, and then like,
I'll put a ball of air around its face so it can't breathe.
They've never done that in Avatar.
Yes,
I'm
they
pretty
have it. They did it in Korra. They did it in Korra.
Korra's shit. Okay.
Doesn't matter. It exists. They did it. It's possible. They didn't do it in Avatar because Aang didn't kill things.
Korra's so shit. Oh my god.
I would
Now
keep
I'm
my
angry.
airbending. I would keep my airbending a secret so I could join Olympic track team and beat that
I've
one guy.
I have no idea
Usain
why I thought
Bolt.
you were gonna say join the Akatsuki.
I actually really like book one of Korra, but the rest of it's
That is the most unpopular opinion I think there is. Most people like the other way around.
well, I like the pro bending aspect of it, and I don't know.
For instance,
Book
me. But
book two is the worst.
instead of instead of hating the beginning and liking the ending, I just hate the whole thing.
Then that's not the reverse of what I said.
I wasn't. No, I'm saying that the most popular opinion is the reverse of what you said. That they like the ending, they don't like the beginning. I'm just saying I have an alternate opinion, which is hating the whole thing.
Have you
Yeah.
watched it?
Yes, it's not
Okay.
good. It's not like my random
Hang on.
hate of
Can
Hunter
you
x Hunter.
pee on stream?
What?
Can you pee on stream?
I just did before.
No,
No,
like
he's gonna go in wearing his.
pee.
You should probably mute your mic, just for safety.
Okay.
Why did you even have to ask that, dude?
I really have. And I
Because
was
he doesn't
curious.
want to leave, but he has to go to the bathroom.
What if I just like?
Just mute your
What
mic and go pee,
if
dude.
it's not me peeing? What if it's just me pouring water?
Alex, please.
wait, you know what I
Alex,
just realized?
What?
Alex having to go to the bathroom kind of gave me an idea about water bending.
Oh no!
Yes.
No,
You
no,
can water into your pee either outside or into the toilet.
no, yeah, like if you're like laying down in bed and you don't want to get up, you could just like water bend your pee into the toilet.
you can see the
Yeah.
toilet. You can't just like.
Yeah. Okay, but Adam, if you can't see the toilet and you have a window in your room, you can just crack that window
That's
with
true.
your pee
That's true.
and then make your pee go outside and then stop water bending your pee and it would just splash on the ground.
There are so many times where like I'll be in my room like super late at night and I have to pee and I think about just peeing out my window because I don't want to get up.
Imagine water bending your diarrhea.
Ah, Christian,
So
why?
Oh my god. I would make so many people eat it.
Why?
What is with this? We were talking about comics. What the hell happened?
Well, we were talking about superpowers, and then I said airbending, and now this is happening.
Oh.
Are you kidding? You guys don't think that would be hilarious? Just like taking a fat liquid shit.
No,
Please
I don't
just
think it's
stop
hilarious.
talking.
Stop talking.
Please.
Just stop talking.
Please.
Bathroom, right? And you just like crack the door.
Alex!
Bite, and you just like shoot your diarrhea right in their mouth.
How do I server mute him?
That'd be quite funny.
Oh my god.
Oh, other airbending thing. You wouldn't have to walk ever if you didn't want
That's
to.
true. Very true.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. If I had water bending, I'd just live at like next to the ocean.
Look, man, if you have airbending, you basically have telekinesis. Like you like
No.
That's true. Yes.
If I
You
had-
don't.
if
You
I
can't just
had-
lift rocks with
Yes,
airbending.
you can.
you absolutely can.
You
They did it.
absolutely can't. No,
They made-
Avatar.
All right, hold up. Shut
Whoa.
up. What is the most profitable bending style or whatever?
Honestly, probably firebending, because if you can make lightning, then you can like generate
Well,
electricity.
That's the same logic with airbending, because then you could just make windmills go fast.
That's true too. Also, the thing with lifting the rock, they make Katara look like an earthbender by having Aang like blow air. It was before he learned earthbending. They like have him make a gust of air come up under
Yeah.
a rock, and it picks
Well-
the rock up into the air.
Well, it also, but you have to account for mass, because there was a boulder hurling at him, and the only way he could stop it is by earthbending, not airbending.
What?
Yes, because it was hurtling at him. Then
Yeah,
you just
so
move.
so
But,
by
like,
that logic, you cannot lift literally anything. You cannot stop
it's not
anything with
limitless,
airbending.
but the only reason he had to earthbend was because Toph was like, "Don't move." If Toph hadn't been like, it's not like that's an inescapable situation if you can't earthbend. You
That's
know.
not my point. My point is that there's limits.
Also, there is the time when he like literally pulls his staff into his hand.
That's
There's limits to
different.
it, yes, but well, that's essentially telekinesis. He's moving something without touching
It's a
it.
gust of wind.
I feel like you can make a lot of money from just like doing a bunch of tricks with airbending. Like
Oh,
doing
totally.
like the little speed ball of air or whatever. That shit.
Absolutely.
Oh
Like you
wait,
could,
well I
you could go
can't
into
speak. What
you
Leafy?
could
What?
you could go into the entertainment business so easily.
With what? Wait, with which
Whoa,
bending?
whoa, whoa.
Airbending. Airbending.
Airbending.
I mean, you could do that with any bending. Any
Yeah,
bending would
but
be pretty freaking crazy to watch.
I feel like people would enjoy airbending.
I disagree. I think people would enjoy seeing firebending more.
I knew you would say that.
I mean, yeah, because it's a more visible thing.
Eh,
You know what else is
there's a lot
visible?
of
What's visible, Matt?
These nuts.
oh.
Avatar
Um,
Pog. Very true. Very Pog.
Not Pog at all. Avatar sucks. Worst show.
Whoa. Epic silence.
Please,
Um,
please stop saying that whenever there is silence.
Sorry.
no.
Man. Airbending seems more flexible and could be way cooler in my opinion. How come?
I mean, the flexibility thing does
I
because I mean,
completely
like
agree with
the jumping you could do with other things, right?
Mm.
Other elements, because like Ozai flies around with firebending at the end. Although that is when the comet is there, so I don't know if you could do that normally.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if you do that, you burn everything that you pass over.
Yeah.
Whereas airbending, you don't necessarily have to damage anything because you just make the air because you're controlling the air. So
Yeah, and
Whoa.
collateral damage.
You gotta remember when Aang jumps, he makes a dust cloud. So say say there's plants under him, he would crush them with the force of the air.
I think you're
but
looking way too deep.
they don't. He doesn't like.
I mean,
But it's
really
they don't like.
I don't
I
think.
mean,
I don't,
I'm
die.
debating with Adam. You kind of have to go really deep if you're gonna try
I
to debate
don't.
with
I
Adam.
don't. I don't. I don't think that the plants would get crushed.
If he
Well,
has if he has enough air force to make the dust kick up from him jumping, then yeah,
But it's not a lot of dust.
it's a lot of. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
That's there are a few times where he like does some crazy jump that there's a lot of dust, but like just like most of the time it's not that much, and even then, the plants would probably ultimately be fine because plants like that get flattened all the time. It's not the same as like literally torching them as you
No, but that's
take
Yeah.
off.
fine. We don't need plants.
They
Yeah.
give us air.
Yeah, what do they make? Oxygen?
Yeah,
We don't need it.
we
They
don't.
give us
If you're an airbender, you don't.
Yes, you do. What?
I'm kidding.
you.
Yeah.
If you're a waterbender, you're just Aquaman's wife.
You're Aquaman's wife.
I'm not.
Waterbend my
I
pick
am.
and,
I'm Aquaman's wife.
Alex is Aquaman's wife.
I am Aquaman's wife.
I am
Stop.
Joe Biden's husband.
Stop repeating it.
Alex is Aquaman's wife.
Yes,
Um,
I am Aquaman's wife.
Oh God, we were talking about superpowers, and now this
Please
happened.
don't put memes in general.
Guys,
Foresight would be a cool superpower.
Chat.
Foresight would be cool, but like I feel like that would make me
You
paranoid.
know what else would be
Yeah,
cool?
that's true.
Foresight.
Foreskin.
Like 4 eyes. Like
Foresights.
number 4 sight. Like you can see.
Well,
like,
I
you
already
have
have sight with 2
eyeballs.
eyes.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but then you got 4 sites.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What would be the
have
practical
4
use of that?
snipers. You could snipe 4 people at the same time.
You
You
could wear
you
2
need more
pairs of
arms for that.
glasses.
You would need
You
arms.
could wear 2 pairs of glasses.
I didn't even think of that. You do need arms to man all 4 of the snipers.
Yeah, you can aim 4 of them. You can look through 4 scopes, but you need.
You pull the trigger with a string, dumb bitch.
That's so much setup time.
But then wait, but then you would also have to line them all up, which would mean that you can't look through all 4 of them at once because they're in a line.
What?
If they're in a
Well,
line, if the snipers are in a line, right, and you have 2 extra eyes on your face, there is no way for you to look through all 4 of them at the same time.
There is, depending on where the eyes are on your face.
I don't think that's right.
All right, we're gonna have an epic silence right here for a second. All right, I apologize, but I must do the action of dipping early. I apologize. Okay.
Okay, bye, Christian.
Okay, bye, Christian.
I apologize.
Hi, Christian.
I'm going to stick
Goodbye,
fire instead of
goodbye,
whatever
for a
fan
moment,
right now.
fans. I will be here
Goodbye,
next
bros.
Thursday. Goodbye, bros.
Good Barbara.
Hey, bruh.
Good
Barbara.
Barbara. Foresight would be cool. Although, we're gonna seamlessly integrate that. I liked. God, there was some like weird live-action Cartoon Network show that I don't remember the name of, but the kids all had these like weird powers, and the main guy, his power was that he could see like 3 seconds into the future, which doesn't seem very
Crimson.
good, but yeah, kind of. Well, Epitaph at least. But like it doesn't seem very impressive to be able to
Nah,
see
that's
like
crazy. 3
a couple
seconds, 3
seconds
whole
into the
seconds
future.
is insane.
But like depending on the situation, like that he was in a fist fight in the first episode, and the guy was about to throw a punch, and he was like, "Oh, he's throwing a punch," so he ducked, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Discombobulate.
Discombobulate.
Oh, also, I'm gonna take that bending argument and just say I have Storm's powers, and therefore,
Storm from X-Men?
yes,
Poggers.
now I can airbend and waterbend and kind of firebend, but only lightning.
Yeah, but what
Um,
about earthbending?
Fuck earthbending.
What? You
If I could metal bend-
you could build structures with earthbending.
Very, very simple ones. You couldn't. Like honestly, you can do more building with water bending by in a really cold place by just turning it into ice because it's
don't know,
much easier to
man.
shape. I mean, if like metal bending is cool, lava bending is cool.
Didn't they
But,
build
like-
all of Omashu with earthbending?
I think they like separated it from the mountains with earthbending, and they used earthbending for like the delivery system. But I don't think they built it with earthbending. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I honestly don't know. But
Gotcha.
yeah,
Got a headshot?
I mean, all this in the North Pole, that's all waterbending because it's all made of ice.
Mm-hmm.
So like they built that whole city with waterbending.
Who's singing?
Matt,
Humming.
yeah.
Matt, do
So
you have any interesting comic things to talk about?
Not really. I haven't really read any comics in a while, which is weird for me. Yeah, no, I haven't read anything recently, so I don't know.
I want Jean Grey's powers.
Ugh,
Yeah.
Phoenix Force.
No, not that one. Her actual powers.
Oh,
I
okay.
want
Yes.
Squirrel Girl's powers.
Oh, they made Iceman an Omega level mutant.
Good. He should have been the whole time. He has
Because-
temperature control.
Yeah, because they established that it wasn't just ice. He can like control temperatures. Because he walks into a room full of like guards, and he can do it with his mind. So like he walks into the room of like guards, and he drops their body temperatures, and
just
they all like
die.
I don't know if they straight up die, but like they all pass out at least.
Do you know how cool that would be? You could just, if you had the flu, you could just like
Just not have the flu.
not have the flu. Just
Well,
change.
no,
your
you'd still have the flu. You just
but you would change your body temperature to make it. You know,
actually it'd make it worse because the fever is your body fighting the infection. But
I'm gonna give you a fever.
Okay.
disco fever.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a fever.
Give
Okay.
me a fever. Try. I want to
Alright,
see you
boom.
try.
The city.
I'm trying.
This is becoming so
Oh,
cringy so
damn.
fast.
We just like completely
Don't shit your
collapsed.
pants.
Sebastian has a
Um,
fever.
My fever is feverish.
All right.
Yeah, well, I'm having a fever dream.
Oh,
Sebastian is no longer allowed inside public spaces because of his fever.
Whew.
Should we end it? This
Yeah,
is
probably.
going. This is
Yeah,
going down.
going downhill very fast. I think it's time to call it. We're an hour in. I think that's good enough.
Alrighty, I got a dip anyway. See you,
Okay.
folks.
Yeah, boom.
All right. See you next Thursday, Bro Moment Podcast.